In the shadows of the atomic age, America faced an invisible enemy. Missiles could rain down in minutes. Secrets were traded in smoky back alleys. Neighbors could be spies. And survival itself felt uncertain. This was not just history. It was a chess game played with nuclear fire, where one wrong move could end humanity. Welcome to the story of Cold War America. Secrets of power, spies, and survival. Stay with us until the end, and subscribe for more hidden chapters of history. The year was 1945. World War II had ended, but peace did not follow. Instead, two former allies, the United States and the Soviet Union, stared each other down in a conflict without open battle but filled with deadly stakes. At its heart was ideology: capitalism and democracy versus communism and authoritarian control. But the struggle went far beyond politics. It was about global dominance, technological supremacy, and survival in a world where nuclear weapons loomed like storm clouds. Americans lived under constant tension. Duck and cover drills echoed in classrooms. Fallout shelters dotted neighborhoods. Politicians warned of infiltration, while Hollywood churned out films about the Red Menace. President Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, and their successors each carried the burden of keeping the nation safe from annihilation. And in the shadows, another war was fought, a war of spies, secrets, and survival. The CIA and the KGB became the hidden armies of the Cold War. Agents risked their lives stealing documents, planting moles, and trading secrets in Berlin alleys or Vienna cafes. One whispered word could change the balance of power. At the same time, the arms race escalated. America unveiled the hydrogen bomb, only to find the Soviets had one of their own. Both sides stockpiled thousands of warheads. The threat of mutually assured destruction became chillingly real. If one side launched, the other would retaliate, ensuring the end of both. Yet the Cold War wasn't fought only in silence. It stretched into space. In 1957, the Soviet Union shocked the world with Sputnik. The tiny satellite beeped across the skies, a signal that America's skies were no longer safe. But out of fear came innovation. NASA was born, and in 1969, an American astronaut planted a flag on the moon, proof of American power and resilience. But danger was always near. In 1962, the world came to the brink. Soviet missiles in Cuba, American warships blockading the island, Kennedy and Khrushchev locked in a deadly standoff. For 13 days, humanity balanced on the edge of nuclear war. And somehow, the fuse was never lit. Still, paranoia consumed American life. The Red Scare spread suspicion. Senator McCarthy accused citizens, artists, even generals of communist ties. Careers were destroyed, families torn apart, all in the name of survival against an unseen enemy. November 9, 1989. For decades, the Berlin Wall had stood as the ultimate symbol of Cold War division. Freedom on one side, oppression on the other. That night, the wall cracked. East Germans surged through the checkpoints. Families reunited. The Cold War's most visible scar was torn down by the people it had divided. But this climax was not a battle of bombs. It was a battle of endurance. For over 40 years, America and the Soviet Union had stared across the abyss, threatening annihilation, yet never pulling the trigger. The Cold War ended not with a nuclear flash, but with a crumbling wall and a world gasping in relief. The Cold War left deep marks on America. It built highways and suburbs to move people in case of attack. It drove vast spending on science, from satellites to computers, shaping the modern world. It inspired fear, but also unity, as Americans believed survival meant standing together. The CIA remained a force, influencing foreign governments and shaping geopolitics. The arms race left a legacy of nuclear stockpiles that still haunt the planet, and the paranoia of communism reshaped American politics and culture for generations. Most of all, the Cold War defined America as a global superpower. It emerged not only as a survivor, but as the architect of a new world order. In the end, the Cold War was not just about power or spies. It was about survival, of nations, of ideologies, of humanity itself. And America's choices during those decades continue to shape the world we live in today. If this story kept you on edge, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history told with cinematic truth.